3 words. Our friend Pakistan. Those are words I've been saying, as you know, if you've been listening for a long time, since, 2003. The criteria, you may remember, for invading Iraq included three major criteria: invading a neighbor country, harboring terrorists, and possessing weapons of mass destruction. And from that moment when those 3 criteria were made public, on this broadcast, the host of this program asked one question. Okay, it's arguable about Iraq, but we know one country where all 3 criteria are met: our friend Pakistan. Yes, indeedly doodly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have this rush to explain the rush of misinformation or uninformation that came out in the immediate aftermath of the killing of Osama bin Laden. And administration spokesmen have rushed to the Sunday Yak shows to say, well, fog of war. Fog of war, after they said that that photograph we saw was of all the top people in the White House, including the President and the Secretary of State, with her hand over her mouth, oh my God, watching real-time video feeds of the operation. Then Leon Panetta went on PBS and said, oh, the video feed cut out when they went into the house. And then Bob Woodward in the Washington Post over the weekend said, no, they were watching real-time video feed. But the fog of war had them saying that Osama was armed when he wasn't, had them saying he used a human shield when he didn't. It's just, that kind of fog. You know, it's late night and early morning, low clouds and human shield kind of fog. As I mentioned earlier, the Bush administration representatives have been rushing to say, oh, well, this was all based on intelligence we got way back when George Bush, enhanced thing, we wouldn't have. So just for informational purposes, ladies and gentlemen, here's what we knew here's what we knew and thought back when George W. Bush was president.
Well, as I say, we hadn't heard much from him. And I wouldn't necessarily say he's at the center of any command structure. And, again, I don't know where he is. I repeat what I said. I truly am not that concerned about him.
Osama bin Laden he's talking about. Not that concerned. He's not at the thing. Not the head of the thing. So that's that fine information that he was getting way back when we were enhancing our interrogations. Here's what we know now, ladies and gentlemen. Osama bin Laden had not ventured beyond 2 rooms for 5 years. That's an average of a room every 2.5 years. That was the $1 million mansion. That was another thing that we said, our government said originally. $1 million mansion. Did you see that dump? Wow. This information, the 2 rooms for 5 years, is according to the reported testimony of Osama's wives, 3 wives who were captured during the U.S. raid. This wife, Sada, who's believed to have been shot in the calf after rushing at U.S. Navy SEALs, said she'd remained on the upper floors of the house since moving there in 2006. Bin Laden had also lived there for that period, she said to confirm. Since 2006, in a community that also housed the Pakistani military academy and a number of retired military officials' residences. Sadat said while her husband was living in the house, he never left 2 rooms, one of them the bedroom where he was killed. He never went anywhere. The wives had been taken to Islamabad for questioning by the Pakistanis. U.S. investigators had not been given access to the wives, and given the tensions following the raid, this is unlikely to happen. So maybe they'll join AQ Khan, who we haven't been able to question either. Meanwhile, of course, Pervez Musharraf, the former president of Pakistan and chief of the army, says, I do agree that the news about bin Laden living in Pakistan is surprising, and a lot of people in Pakistan are not believing that. This is unfortunate. It needs to be investigated. Who slipped up? Why this negligence? Musharraf said it was a complete surprise that Osama has been in Pakistan since 2006. He has long denied that Osama was even in Pakistan. Musharraf was ruler of Pakistan from 1999 to 2008. He also passionately defended Pakistan's efforts at tracking down al-Qaeda terrorists. Then on CNN, Musharraf denied that he ever said Osama was not in Pakistan. He has been, and he also criticized the U.S. for carrying out the mission to kill Osama without coordinating with Pakistani authorities, who are believed to, at least in some cases, have been supporters of al-Qaeda and the Taliban.